Hi, happy Monday. Welcome to Lunchtime Laughs with Kate. You made it through the weekend. I hope that you enjoyed your time away from work, I guess, and had a great weekend. Before we get started today, I have a special announcement. On Friday of this week, I will be having a special family-friendly Lunchtime Laughs with Kate. So, my kids will be participating, and I would love for your kids to send in some jokes along the lines of, you might be quarantined if, for example, you might be quarantined if you keep catching your teacher kissing your principal all day. So, see if your kiddos can come up with some jokes like that. Send them to me, and maybe I'll read them in our segment on Friday. So send them to me before Friday, and we'll try to slip them in. I am actually in our home office, which now has a door. My principal just relieved me for recess duty, so I snuck away into the home office that has a door and a lock, and here I am with you. I've got to tell you guys, I decided to jump on the crazy train, and I watched Tiger King last night on Netflix. Just one episode. So much going on with that show. I can't decide if it's good for my soul to be watching it, or if it's just such a sad image of humanity I shouldn't be watching it, or if it's just so bizarre that it takes my mind off of the actual bizarre happening in the world around us. I'm not sure. I'll let you know if I decide to watch it again. There was so much craziness happening, but what was maybe the most shocking to me was this image right here of all these people and their children laying on all of these blankets inside this man's tiger zoo. And all of the workers, or most of the workers, are missing lots of teeth, like definite drug teeth happening, and some limbs. And so they're like, here, families, lay on my bed linens and touch these animals. And they did. They're laying on these blankets belonging to who knows who, and whoever laid on them before them that came through the zoo. That was the grossest thing of all to me, that they're laying on these blankets belonging to these people. I was really disturbed. So I think for me as a woman, it's really exhausting sometimes. Like, I'll just look at my husband and be like, it must be nice. And you know, his mind is like, do not engage, do not engage, do not engage. But instead, he'll say, must be nice what? I'm like, it must be nice not having to think about all of the things all of the time. You know? Like, I just have this constant, mental dialogue going. I have lots of what ifs going all the time. And I don't think it's anxiety. I think it's like an unnatural ability to imagine very realistic and possible situations. For example, earlier this year, my kids came home with head lice. I sent them to public school. They came home with fundraising packets and head lice. Yeah, I have 3 girls too, so it was my absolute worst nightmare. So as I'm meticulously getting these tiny little things out of their hair, instead of thinking, what if I get lice? I'm thinking, what if I get crabs from this? And I have to call my doctor and explain that I have the crabs and figure out how to get rid of the crabs. And then I find myself on the interwebs talking about my Netherlands in front of all these people. What if? Do you do that kind of thing? Or right now, the thing to do for gals is dermaplaning. Have you heard of it? It's pretty much like a straight razor, and you scrape the dead skin off your face. And it also gets rid of all those little unwanted hairs we have sometimes, right? So it's kind of like shaving your legs. Like, once you start shaving your legs, you have to keep doing it or you'll turn into a gorilla. Well, every time I use this dermaplane thing, I don't think, what if I cut myself dermaplaning? I think, what if I move to a third world country to be a missionary and I can't bring this thing with me? And then I grow a full-on mustache. And then I'm a missionary in the middle of some third world country with a mustache. Or like every time I'm eating in the car, it's never something pretty. It's like a cheeseburger and a milkshake. I think, what if I wreck and die? And everyone will remember me after I die for wrecking my car and dying because I was slamming a cheeseburger while I was driving. Yeah, I'm one of those people, I just kind of say what comes to my mind. Those are really fun people to have around, I think. You just never know what you're going to get. Like, I met a new dentist one time, and he shook my hand and introduced himself at my first appointment, and I said, "Your hands are so soft. Do you hear that all the time?" And while I could have stopped there, I continued with, "Is it because they're like always inside people's mouths and they're like, it moisturizes them?" Yeah, it was really, really awkward. You know what else is exhausting for women is having your picture taken. I think for us over 30, at least. For you under 30, maybe it doesn't apply to you. Maybe gravity hasn't hit you yet. But for the rest of us, it's like a whole workout. Let me just walk you through this process, okay? So first is your smile. You have to decide teeth or no teeth, and duck face, because that's still a thing, or now the new surprised look. Ah, oh my gosh, I'm having my picture taken. Okay? Then you have to have your head up, because heaven forbid you have a double chin. So you have to have your head at like a normal angle, get that chin up, and then you do this like neck sucking thing, because alien necks are sexy. And you suck in your cheeks, because starving is hot, okay? And then you have to have your arms out to the side, because you can't have any arm flab. Now, I gotta tell you guys, I turned 38 and I got the wave back overnight. Yeah, this little wobble right here. Overnight. Like, I don't know if it was gravity or if somebody put a curse on me, but like, my kids play with it. I cannot get rid of it. And I even work out some, okay? The wave back. I can't get rid of it. So arm out to the side so you don't have your wave back. And then you put your chest out and your tummy in. I've had 3 babies. Those are moot points. And then you can't see, but you do this like sorority girl leg crossback thing, stance, ballerina. I don't really understand what that is, but it does something lovely to the lower quadrant. And then you do all those things and boom, you have a beautiful picture, right? But for me, I'm not a great multitasker. As I showed you earlier, I've got lots of stuff going on up here already. And so in the like 3 seconds before someone says, or after someone says, say cheese, and they take my picture, I'm running through all the things, you know. And my pictures just end up looking like this. Because I can't remember where all the things are supposed to go. So that's it for today. I hope that you have a great Monday. My prayer for you today is that all those crazy what ifs that might be going on up there in the midst of the coronavirus are replaced with the truths that God has already told us. He has already defeated this. He has already won and defeated death. And so would you hold on tight to that today and let that replace those what ifs? Bye.